Hey, what's up, y'all? Classic Kev back with another episode. Y'all, honestly, it's really probably the most important episode yet because, guys, on today's episode, I got some of the top crypto news stories of the day, including none other than Michael Saylor has bought the dip and added more Bitcoin to MicroStrategy's balance sheet. So let's go ahead, guys. Let's go over all the top news stories of the day. And if you just kind of bear with me, guys, I've got some new equipment in my mom's garage studio. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. So, guys, let's start by looking at coin market cap. So, it looks like Bitcoin's down a little bit on the day, still trading sideways around 20,000, which, as always, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do think that this 20,000 range is a good entry point. Not saying we can't go below that, which I would not be surprised if it hits into 15, 16,000. Me personally, guys, I've got some dry powder on the side where if Bitcoin does hit those levels, I will be buying a whole coin. Also, too, guys, I'm looking at Ethereum down 6%, sitting at around $1,100. I think is a fantastic entry. But again, just like Bitcoin, I could see Ethereum going below $1,000 easily. I did make one purchase today, guys, and it might not be too popular of a purchase, but I bought some Solana. It's down, like around 8% today, sitting at $34. I just think that, they're building a phone. There's just so much money behind this project that I just felt that it was a good buy, but who knows, But going forward, guys, because of these crazy geopolitical times that we're living in, I think I'm just going to be sticking with Bitcoin and Ethereum because I feel that no matter what happens, that those two assets will be here. They have been here the longest, and I think that the price ranges that we're able to get them at, we will look back on videos like this and be like, wow, getting Ethereum around $1,000 is going to look like an absolute steal. So let's go over some of the top stories, guys. So check out this on Yahoo Finance. Crypto broker Voyager Digital shares plunged 13% after issuing default notice to hedge fund Three Arrows, which missed a $667 million payment. So yeah, guys. So another hedge fund's going insolvent. Voyager stock has plummeted, and it just seems that the cascading liquidations from the it seems like the Terra Luna that was kind of the catalyst that really created all these cascading liquidations. Now, it's not all bad news, because check this out, guys. Just posted today, actually. MicroStrategies acquires an additional 480 Bitcoins. So yeah, so this is the SEC filing statement. They had to issue this, that they bought the dip. MicroStrategy bought 480 Bitcoin. I think the average cost was around $20,000. Now, check out this story, guys. So, Cointelegraph posted this. Anonymous vows to bring Do Kwon's crimes to light. There is no doubt that there are many more crimes to be discovered in your trail of destruction. Hacktivist group Anonymous said it on its YouTube channel. So, Do Kwon, if you are listening, sadly, there is nothing that can be done to reverse the damage you have done. At this point, the only thing that we can do is hold you accountable and make sure you are brought to justice as soon as possible. And they played this video, guys. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It just seems kind of silly, but I don't know if Do Kwon is a good guy or bad guy. I'm seeing so many different things. I'm seeing that, that Terra Luna situation was actually caused by hedge funds shorting Terra Luna's stable coin, which was backed by Bitcoin. So by dropping the price of Bitcoin, what it did was it depegged from the dollar, which, pretty much just imploded Terra Luna. We watched it go from what it was like over $100 a coin to basically nothing in a matter of a day. So that then created, I'm thinking, all the issues we're currently dealing with. But again, guys, not all bad news. Who knows what's true in this crazy crypto world, but got some good news. So Gary Gensler, this was just posted like 2 days ago. 2 days ago, guys. Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, this is what he said. Gensler labels Bitcoin as a commodity as crypto prices stabilize. So Yeah, guys. So we're getting more and more institutions recognizing it. Our federal government's recognizing this as an asset class. And it's kind of like what's been the theory of this channel since day one is that this is the new system that we're going in, and I don't think there's no way they can stop it. The government can't stop it. The Pandora is already out the box, and I think our government is starting to realize that. And the decision that we have to make as a country and as a society is, do we embrace this technology and work together to build this technology because of all the problems that, crypto can solve, from cross-border payment solutions to human rights issues, that, why should countries be at the mercy of their federal banks that can manipulate their currencies through inflation? So, in the United States, we're seeing massive inflation right now, but that's nothing. That's nothing compared to third world countries. They work just as hard as us. Why is their money less valuable just because of tyrannical governments? So I do view Bitcoin and crypto as this is what the world needs. This is going to help solve so many of the corruption problems that we face, and of course the inflation problems, because we're just getting a taste of the inflation, guys. Again, I challenge you to go look in other countries. When the United States hurts, the third world burns. I mean, it's really a significant problem we're dealing with. Now, next story, guys. The Tether CTO affirms hedge funds tried to short USDT. So Tether is another stablecoin pegged to the dollar, and from what I'm hearing, guys, there's different talks is that how much money is back in Tether. And if Tether goes down, what they're saying is it could take the entire crypto market with it because so much money is locked in Tether, and, people are using Tether to buy Bitcoin. So definitely a scary situation we're dealing with. And, hopefully that, nothing ever happens to Tether, because I don't know if the industry as a whole can survive another Terra Luna collapse, because we're still dealing with the ramifications of that. So check out this CNBC article, guys. CNBC posted this. One of the most prominent crypto hedge funds just defaulted on a $670 million loan. So that's right, guys. So this is what we were talking about earlier, that the prominent hedge fund, 3 Hours Capital, has defaulted on a loan worth more than $670 million. So this is bad, guys, because this hedge fund, if you look at what their holdings were, and since they have to liquidate these holdings, a lot of their holdings were in Bitcoin, were in Ethereum, were in Solana, were in Terra Luna, a lot of coins that I hold. So by this hedge fund, getting liquidated, it's bringing down the whole market with it. And that's the scary part, that, could this be like a domino effect where you're going to just see more and more hedge funds and just really collapse the price of crypto? Who knows? Now this I say, geopolitically, this is probably one of the biggest issues I think facing crypto as a whole right now, guys. Check out this story that was just posted. Russia and China are brewing up a challenge to dollar dominance by creating a new reserve currency. So, the United States dollar is the world reserve currency, and, it's also called the petrodollar. And what these other countries, what it seems is upsetting to them is that we are able to print so much money in that, they have to trade in the dollar. So everything, all money kind of goes through the dollar, and it's really not fair, because if we make our money worthless, it affects other countries' money. So it just seems that China and Russia, they want an alternative. They want an alternative to the dollar, and it's probably going to be some type of CBDC, which I'm going to do a whole separate video on the danger of CBDCs and why we must be very, very careful. And, my thoughts on it is that, we need less government intervention in monetary policy. I think they've done enough damage. That's kind of what my stance is on it, guys. And so this is another article talking about it, guys. Russia accelerates the digital ruble work, confirm it's a way around SWIFT. So yeah, so unfortunately, by default, any currency around the world is politicized. And if, the government and central banks are able to manipulate currencies, through sanctions, like what the United States is doing to Russia, then they could do it to you. They could do it to a local government. They could do it to anybody, and that's not. I don't think that's how currency should work. Currency shouldn't be able to be used as weapons against the people or other countries, no matter what your political views are. These should be decentralized entities, and that, because if you think about it, look at the sanctions that we're issuing on Russia. Well, no matter what side you're on, the Russia-Ukraine conflict, look at their citizens. They're citizens that are being affected by this in Russia, in Ukraine, in the United States. Citizens that, they don't want war. They don't want this to happen, but they're at the mercy of their governments. And, we watched the ruble drop and recover. So it's like, what about the citizens? Why should we be cannon fodder for the political elites? It's just not right, guys. It's just not right. But anyway, so let's get to some good news, guys. So check this story out, guys. Real big news. Chainlink gets listed by Robinhood. So, if you follow this channel, guys, Chainlink is one of my larger holdings. Very, very bullish on Chainlink. And I think that, no matter what direction the crypto industry as a whole goes, I think Chainlink is going to be relevant because it provides so much utility to the real world. Its oracles extract data from the real world applications and bring it onto the blockchain. So, as always, not financial advice. I'm not trying to shield Chainlink, but definitely do your own research, because I think that, Chainlink at this valuation is really a steal. And I think, it getting listed by Robinhood, reaffirms that to me. And knowing that, Robinhood doesn't have a lot of cryptos listed. So I would think that they'd only at this point be listing cryptos that are, blue chip, because think about it, guys. Think about it. The way Robinhood works is that, they actually, you own a derivative of the crypto. Like Robinhood, you don't actually own the coin. So Robinhood actually owns it. So I think that they would protect themselves by only holding blue chip assets by having a business model like that. That's just my thoughts. I don't know, though. What do I know? I live in my mom's garage. Anyway, so check out this article, guys. Forbes, Bankman-Fried warns some crypto exchanges already secretly insolvent. Now, this should be terrifying for you guys, because, this is a quote he said in this article. We're willing to do somewhat of a bad deal here if that's what it takes to sort of stabilize things out. So, yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried, he's the founder of the FTX exchange and one of the richest men in the world. And it just seems that what he's trying to do is he's bailing out a lot of these firms, because he knows that if more of these hedge funds or exchanges go down, the cascading liquidations could disrupt the entire market. So Sam Bankman-Fried is kind of the hero of crypto, of the crypto world right now. And I guess that goes back to what I've talked about before with, my investing in Solana, because Sam is very high on Solana. His entire FTX exchange is built on Solana. But, there's a lot of people that don't like him and don't like Solana, and I could go all day about the problems that Solana has, the centralization, it going down multiple times. But I guess what I would challenge you to think about with Solana is, what about all these other coins? I remember having debates on Twitter Spaces with people about, Solana versus Terra Luna. And, getting ganged up on, with everybody, saying Terra Luna was a better project. And, look what happens. So could Solana go to zero? Absolutely. Could Ethereum go to zero? Absolutely. I think that, my thesis is that Bitcoin is probably the only one I think that won't go to zero, or has the lowest percentile chance of going to zero. But again, guys, with, FTX and Solana, I just follow the big money, guys. I don't try to outthink. I'm not a programmer. I'm not, a developer. And, my limited knowledge in the space, I've always followed a thesis of, look, just follow the smart money. And, they're building a lot on Solana. They're working on, their own cell phone. And, they took some type of developer kit for this cell phone to tell, startups, hey, here's the dev kit, go make apps for this phone. So if this is a success, you could really see, Solana, FTX become some of the biggest players in the crypto industry, which I think they already are. Again, with Sam bailing out all these exchanges, I mean, this is really big news, guys. So we're definitely a story we want to keep an eye on for sure. And check out this article, guys. So crypto crash is similar to the 2000s dot-com bubbles, Binance chief says. So yeah, guys. So the CEO of Binance, he's comparing what's happening right now to the, this crypto winter that we're in to the dot-com bubble. And what's crazy is that there's a lot of things that are similar to the dot-com bubble, this crash to the dot-com bubble. But, shame on me, I guess, for not aggressively taking profits in the last run-up. But, what I kind of think is that I don't think we've seen anything yet. And I think that we are in for a big run-up, and that the crypto winter and the crash that he's talking about, I don't think we've experienced it yet, because there's just not enough blood in the streets. We've seen Bitcoin have a massive correction from, almost 70,000 to 20,000. But think about this. Look at how some of the altcoins, obviously, the altcoins, a lot have crashed, but not as much as you would think. With Bitcoin going from 70,000 almost to 20,000, you would think that the altcoins would go even lower. So that tells me that something isn't right, and that institutions, we could see on-chain data, institutions are still buying. Guys, you got to be blind not to see it. All the development that's happening in the crypto space right now in a bear market, we're seeing so many projects building. We're seeing so many collaborations and partnerships that I don't think that we're there yet. I think that this crypto winter and this dot-com bubble like crash will still come, but I think it's going to happen in the next run up, because I think the next run up is going to really blow the top off of Bitcoin. Guys, my prediction is anywhere from 100,000 to 200,000. That's going to get a lot more retail in. And, retail, that's their favorite thing to do, guys. They love buying the top. It's selling the bottom. So anyway, guys, so I'm Classic Kev. If you made this far in the video, man, drop me a 100 emoji in the comments. And I'm in the process of updating my studio, guys, getting some new equipment, experiment with some new ways to do the show. So I hope you bear with me. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. Anyway, y'all, I'm Classic Kev. I'm out. Peace.